500,000 years after the Galactic Council turned Earth into a smoldering pile of ash, charred flesh and screams, secret humans slumbered miles beneath the ice, waiting for an unsuspecting alien archaeologist to awaken them. Dr. Xander Zorak, a tall, lithe, denobulan male with hairless blue skin and 4 lanky arms, directed his team to dig into crumbling ruins buried under the frozen wastes of the North Pole in the year 502,023. The team's plasma cutters sliced through thick ice, uncovering chambers not seen in 500,000 years. Xander's handheld scanner beeped urgently. It detected a thrumming power source deep below. The denobulans burrowed down, puzzled that anything could still work in this dead wasteland. As they reached the energy source, the scanner shrieked a warning. Weapon signatures. Xander instinctively reached for his sidearm as his team breached a reinforced door leading to a hidden vault. Inside, rows of frosted glass pods lined the walls. Humanoid shapes rested inside them, unmoving. To the denobulans' shock, Xander's medical scans showed the humans were still alive, hearts beating once per minute, brainwaves active. Suddenly, a pod hissed open in a fog of melting crystals. A muscular human male with buzzed hair sat up, gasping and trembling, grabbing for a rifle that wasn't there. His eyes locked on the blue alien archaeologists as he croaked out one hoarse word. "Enemies?" The human climbed out, legs wobbling but regaining balance quickly. He drew himself up, squaring broad shoulders, and met the archaeologist's eyes with a hard stare, reaching behind to grab a chunk of machinery like a club. "I don't know who you are or how long it's been, but if you're here to finish the job on humanity, I won't make it easy. I'm Commander Nathan Holmes, and I'm humanity's last hope for survival against you council bastards. I've got 100 soldiers on ice behind me ready to fight." The ancient war was beginning anew. The humans' secret fail-safe plan had worked, but were they ready to face a galaxy united against them now, without an army, a planet, or any allies? The stakes were immeasurably high. The cryopod humans alone couldn't beat back the Council. They would need to play a very clever game indeed, if the human race was going to claw its way back from the ashes and regain its rightful place among the stars. As more cryopods hissed open, releasing groggy human survivors, Nathan barked orders. "On your feet, soldiers! Form up now. We've got a situation." The humans grabbed makeshift weapons, tools, hunks of metal, fists, and surrounded the blue-skinned aliens. Nathan grabbed Xander by his jacket and yanked him close. "Talk. What year is it? What's going on up there?" Xander gulped. "It's 502,023. The Galactic Council rules 1,000 worlds with an iron fist. They crush any opposition ruthlessly. I'm just an archaeologist, I swear." Nathan's eyes narrowed. "The council that bombed Earth is still in charge?" His crew muttered darkly, thirsting for payback. "We have to get off this rock and take the fight to them," Nathan growled. "With the tech here, we can—" "Absolutely not," Xander interrupted. "I can't let you leave." Nathan's fist tightened. "You don't give me orders, Blue Boy." As the tension mounted, Xander stepped away, speaking quietly into his communicator in an alien tongue. Nathan watched him suspiciously. Xander's superiors were clear. Detain the humans at any cost. Don't let them access ships. He was loyal, but this felt wrong. While Xander was distracted, Nathan gathered his people. "Our cryo chambers have a small hangar. Advanced ships. We get those running. We're mobile again." Teams dispersed to work, repairing, rearming, preparing. Nathan knew they'd need to neutralize the aliens first. He approached Xander as the alien finished his secret call. "Everything okay?" "Yes, fine," Xander replied quickly. "I should oversee your repairs for safety." "I don't think so," Nathan said, moving closer. "I think you need to get out of our way." Around the chamber, humans picked up wrenches and crowbars, moving to block the exits. They had Xander's team surrounded. Xander's heart raced. Obey or rebel. Humanity's fate and his own hung on this moment. He had to choose a side now. There was no going back. Nathan and Xander stared each other down, bodies coiled, ready to strike at the first wrong move. The future of the galaxy itself would be shaped by their choices here, in this frozen moment far below the uncaring stars. Nathan and his crew rushed to the hangar, hearts pounding. An advanced ship sat waiting, black as the void, sleek lines, powerful engines, bristling with advanced weapons. It was their ticket off this rock. Nathan ran his hand along the hull. Activate systems, load up and prepare for liftoff. The ship hummed to life, consoles glowing. An AI's calm voice greeted them. Welcome aboard the ISS Retribution. All systems online. As the humans boarded, Xander hesitated. A choice lay before him. Obey or rebel, betray his kind or fight for what's right. He met Nathan's eyes, seeing the fire there, the unbreakable human spirit. He stepped forward. I'm coming with you. The Council's rule must end. Nathan clasped his shoulder. Welcome aboard. Xander moved to a console, fingers flying over the controls. I have intel on Council weak points, allies who can aid our cause. I know... Alarms blared. The ship's sensors lit up. Alert! Denobulan warship detected in orbit. Nathan swore. Xander paled. It's Zorval, my old mentor, a master tactician and loyal to the Council. Attention, humans, a deep voice boomed over comms. This is Captain Zorval of the Denobulan Empire. Surrender now or be destroyed. Go to hell, Nathan spat back. He turned to his crew. Battle stations, get us in the air. The Retribution lifted off, bursting from the hangar. Plasma blasts lit the sky as Zorval opened fire. The human ship rolled and juked, evading the onslaught. Nathan took the helm, hands flying over the weapons console. Xander, the ship's yours. Get us an advantage. Xander nodded grimly. His fingers danced across the controls as he hacked into the Denobulan ship's systems, attempting to remotely disable their weapons. The ships circled each other, predator and prey. Cannons flashed as they exchanged fire. Retribution's shields flared but held. Aboard the Denobulan vessel, Zorval snarled. Intensify forward firepower. I want that ship in pieces. Suddenly his weapons fell silent. Sparks flew from smoking consoles. Panicked crewmen shouted damage reports. What trickery is this? Zorval roared. On the Retribution's bridge, Xander smiled thinly. Weapons disabled. Now! Nathan yelled. He slammed the throttle forward. The Retribution leapt ahead, racing past the crippled warship. Zorval raged as the humans slipped through his fingers. Xander, you traitor, you'll pay for this. Stars blurred as the Retribution jumped to hyperspace, vanishing into the void. Nathan slumped back in his chair, adrenaline fading. He looked to Xander. Well, guess you're stuck with us now. Hope you're ready for a hell of a fight. Xander met his gaze steadily. I'm with you to the end. The Council's tyranny ends now. We'll gather allies, strike from the shadows, and bring them down. Nathan grinned fiercely. Knew I liked you for a reason. Set course for that empty star system. We've got a rebellion to plan. The Retribution hurtled through the cosmos, a spark of defiance in the darkness. The future was uncertain, but one thing was crystal clear. The Galactic Council's days were numbered. Humanity was coming for them, and this time they wouldn't be alone. As the Retribution slipped through the cold void between stars, Nathan pored over star charts with Xander, searching for a place to hide. A small, uninhabited system caught his eye. There, we make our stand on that empty rock. Nathan stabbed a finger at the display. Xander nodded. It's remote, uncharted. We can fortify it, gather strength in secret before the Council finds us. The ship angled toward the lifeless planet, engines flaring. They landed in a barren valley, wind whipping dust against the hull. Teams fanned out, scouting defensible positions, cataloguing resources. Using fabricators from the ship, they threw together a makeshift base, hunkering down to plan their resistance. Nathan had his crew monitoring all frequencies for signs of survivors. On the fourth day, they hit pay dirt. Commander, intercepted a signal from a nearby system. It's human. The comms officer, Jenna, looked up in shock. Nathan rushed over, listening to the looping distress call. Any ships in range, this is the Haven colony requesting immediate assistance. We're under attack by Council forces. Our defenses can't hold much longer. Haven colony. I thought they were lost centuries ago. Nathan's eyes narrowed. This could be the allies we need. Jenna, send a coded response. Let's go save our people. The Retribution leapt into the stars, racing toward the besieged colony. As they dropped out of warp, the planet filled the view screen. Council warships swarmed in orbit, hammering the surface with plasma fire. Looks like we arrived just in time for the party, Nathan growled. Weeps, lock missiles on those cruisers. Blast us a path. Xander took the helm, sending the ship roaring into the fray. Missiles streaked out, slamming into Council shields. The cruisers scattered, startled by the sudden attack. Nathan opened a channel. Haven Colony, this is Commander Holmes of the ISS Retribution. We're here to help. Guide us in. A man's face resolved on the screen, bearded and grimy. Thank God you're here. I'm Jack Novak, colony leader. We've got injured down here and our reactor is failing. Sending coordinates for a landing site now. The Retribution punched through the atmosphere, shuddering as it took hits. Nathan and a strike team grabbed weapons and gear, rushing to the cargo bay. As the ramp lowered, they charged out into the smoke and chaos, racing to reach the battered colony. Crumbling metal habs stretched in all directions, scorched by weapons fire. Colonists crouched in doorways clutching rifles, their faces gaunt and desperate. A tall man with a laser slung over his shoulder jogged out to meet them. Commander Holmes, Jack Novak? Glad you could make it. Jack shook Nathan's hand, eyes hard. We've been holding them off for days, but there's just too many. Nathan took in the weary defenders, the devastation. These people had been through hell. You've done damn well, Novak. What's the situation? As Jack filled him in on the colony's defenses and the Council's forces, a shout rang out. Incoming dropships! Sleek black craft roared overhead, disgorging armored Council shock troopers into the colony streets. Plasma bolts crisscrossed with deadly intent. Get your people to safety, Nathan barked at Jack. We'll handle this. He keyed his comm. Xander, we need air support now. The Retribution swooped in, cannons blazing, scattering the troopers. Nathan and his soldiers pushed forward, cutting the enemy down with precise shots. In the chaos, a cold voice crackled over the comms. This is Admiral Zorkon of the Council Pacification Fleet. Surrender now, and your deaths will be quick. Zorkon, Xander hissed over the line. He's a butcher, completely ruthless. We can't let him take the colony. Nathan gritted his teeth. Wasn't planning on it. As the battle raged in the streets, Zorkon's command ship descended from orbit, weapons hammering the colony. Nathan knew they had to take out the Admiral to win this. He grabbed Jack. I need your best pilots and any ships you've got. We're going to gut that dreadnought. Jack flashed a fierce grin. You're crazy. I like it. Let's go commit some war crimes. A ramshackle fleet of colony fighters, backed by the Retribution, blasted off to meet the Council head-on. Zorkon's ship filled the sky, an armored behemoth bristling with guns. Fighters, draw their fire, Nathan snapped. Xander, focus on the engines. We need to ground that bastard. The ships whirled and dove, plasma filling the air. Nathan threaded the needle, slipping past flak bursts to strafe the dreadnought's hull. In his targeting computer, he saw the atomic glow of the main engines and smiled coldly. Fox 2, he called, and loosed a salvo of missiles. They struck home and the engines went up in a flower of flame. The great ship listed, smoking, and began to fall. Over the comm, Zorkon snarled in rage. This isn't over, humans. I'll hunt you to the ends of the galaxy. You're welcome to try, Nathan said and cut the channel. The Retribution and the battered colony ships limped back to Haven, victorious. As they set down, the colonists emerged, cheering and weeping at the sight of the Council ship burning in the distance. Jack strode up as Nathan climbed out of his cockpit. That was some damn fine flying, Holmes. Looks like we owe you another one. Nathan clasped his arm. We owe each other. This was your victory, too. The Council will think twice before coming back here. Jack nodded grimly. And when they do, we'll be ready. Haven Colony is with you now. As the sun set over the liberated colony, Nathan looked to the stars, plans already forming. The Council had been bloodied today. It was a start. But the war was just beginning, and the Retribution had work to do. With Haven Colony as their base, Nathan and his allies launched surgical strikes on Council targets. Shipyards, supply depots, and communication hubs fell one by one to the human resistance's guerrilla tactics. The Retribution sliced through space, a phantom leaving destruction in its wake. Xander worked tirelessly, slicing into Council data networks, searching for weaknesses. His eyes widened as he uncovered a horrifying truth. The Galactic Council's benevolence was a facade. Beneath the surface, a cabal of corrupt leaders pulled the strings, manipulating the galaxy for their own enrichment. Xander rushed to Nathan. The Council, it's all a lie. They're not protecting anyone, they're exploiting us all. Nathan's face hardened. Then it's time to cut off the serpent's head. What's our target? The Nexus, the Council's central command station. From there they control everything. We expose what's happening there. And the whole rotten structure comes crashing down. Nathan clasped Xander's shoulder. We need a plan and a team. They gathered in the war room. Nathan, Xander, Jack, and a dozen battle-hardened raiders. The Nexus hung in the air, a hologram of the massive station rotating slowly. The station is heavily guarded, Xander said. Automated defenses, elite troops, the works. We'll need to hit hard and fast. Jack spoke up. My engineers have been working on a cloaking device, should get us in close. Nathan nodded. Once we're aboard, we'll split into teams. Xander, you're with me. We're heading for the command center. Jack, you and your people will secure the hangar bay and be ready for a quick exit. As the Retribution, cloaked and silent, approached the Nexus, tension filled the air. In the cargo bay, the strike team checked weapons and gear. Nathan moved among them, a calm presence in the storm. Whatever happens in there, I want you to know I'm proud to fight alongside you. For too long, the Council has ruled through fear. Today, we remind them what it means to face humanity. The station loomed ahead, a sprawling metal fortress bristling with gun batteries. The Retribution slipped through the defenses and docked with a maintenance port. The team emerged into a dimly lit corridor, weapons ready. Alarms blared as they pushed deeper into the station. Council troops swarmed to meet them, plasma bolts filling the air. Nathan and his soldiers fought for every inch, leaving a trail of fallen enemies in their wake. They breached the command center in a hail of fire. Smoke filled the room as Nathan and Xander charged in. The Council's leaders cowered behind a phalanx of heavily armed guards. Surrender now, Nathan barked, rifle leveled. It's over. Her figure rose from a throne-like chair, pale skin stretched tight over an ancient skull-like face. The Supreme Chancellor, a being of immense power and cruelty. You're too late, human, the Chancellor rasped. The galaxy is ours. It always has been. Not anymore, Nathan growled. The Chancellor lunged forward with inhuman speed, a blade of pure energy extending from his hand. Nathan met him head-on, combat knife flashing. They clashed in a blur of strikes, evenly matched. Around them the battle raged. Jack fell, a plasma bolt searing through his chest. Xander and the others fought on grimly, determined to win this one crucial fight. Nathan and the Chancellor grappled, each struggling for leverage. In a burst of desperate strength, Nathan drove his knife up under the Chancellor's chin, the point erupting from the top of his skull. The ancient alien crumpled, black blood pooling on the deck. "Xander, now!" Nathan yelled, tossing him a data drive. Xander sprinted to the console, slamming the drive home. The Nexus's systems lit up, secrets spilling across every screen. The depth of the Council's corruption, laid bare for all to see. "Transmitting on all frequencies," Xander said. "Let's get out of here." They ran for the hangar, the station quaking as self-destruct alarms wailed. The Retribution lifted off, rocketing away as the Nexus exploded behind them, a sun-going supernova. On the bridge, Nathan and Xander watched the fireball fade. Across the galaxy, uprisings flared to life as the truth spread. The Council's iron grip had been shattered. But the fight was just beginning. The Chancellor was dead, but his followers remained. The war for the galaxy's soul had entered a new stage. Nathan looked to the stars, fire in his eyes. We've won the battle, now we win the war. The Retribution set course for the front lines, ready to lead the charge for a new era. Humanity would take its rightful place among the stars once more, and Nathan would be there to see it through, no matter the cost. You have reached the end of the story. If you enjoyed this story and want to support us, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel, and for every comment that says 88, I will heart every single one of them. Thank you for your time.